Hey folks, Sammy here. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I've been super busy. Come take a walk with me and I'll show you what's been going on. Okay, first things first. This is the wood that was left over from last year, and I just got the tarp pulled back. And as you can see down there, the wood shed's pretty empty. So before I can do anything else, stack any of the other wood that we're splitting now, I have to move all of this. So, come with me. I was going to stop and start the video, but there's not much point because everything's going in it. These are just the tarps that were on it. So as you can see, I got a bit of stuff going on there. Alright, let's go. Y'all know the camper. We've all seen the camper before. And if you watched my last video, the Saw his family, when the logging truck came, I just got a path cut through here, cleared. Unfortunately, one of my little pine trees here was in the way. The one that the driver actually tried to save was in the way, and I was worried about Mr. Moon hurting himself. Well, he was worried about it, and he cut it down, and I give him what for about it because it was supposed to go with that tree, and then it would have been here, and then that tree, and then that tree, so as it grew up in front of back here, it blocked this view from anybody seeing. You know what I mean? That's all raspberries. That's why that hasn't come down yet. That's all raspberry bushes. I'll take you in and show you. These ones are drying up a little bit. You can see on the back there. They're starting to dry up. I got as many as I could, but now that the berries are gone, Angelina can enjoy that. Alright, I'm going to spin you quick. Don't get a headache. Okay, all those logs that were here have all been cut. That pile at the back is all that's been split so far. And thanks to my neighbor and my husband's best friend and his son. Young Cody's been out here. And bless his heart. He's been out here actually today by himself. And nobody else is around. And I saw him doing that and I thought, what a great young man. And it's nice to see young people doing this, helping us out. I'm old, I'm fat. I still have to stack it all, but trying to split it all, that's crazy. So you can see how big the piles are getting. There's the gas splitter, which I like this one better than the electric splitter. This is also on loan from the neighbor, but this one, it'll stand up. So when you get these great big logs like that, you can actually stand them up or stand up the splitter and it'll split them and it'll punch down. So that's cool. I was using my little electric splitter a couple years back, and I just happened to notice that while I was doing it, it was drawing such power from the house that every time I used it, the lights just kind of went brrr, almost like a brownout. So it was drawing too much power, and I'm just kind of nervous about drawing that kind of power through the house. It's like that's putting a lot of strain on the breaker. So now we borrowed the gas one. So someday I'll invest in one. There's a little gas can over there. But all those big logs that you saw at the trailer, those ones are done. Alright, I'm going to spin you around. Don't get a headache. Now we're coming over here. And these giant tarps that you see is the hay I was talking about. And I'll have to peel the tarp back to show you. But they're 1,000-pound bales. Those are round ones. I've got two are standing upright over here by the new skids. The skids were gifted to me. I can have so much fun with these skids. But these two bales here are sitting upright like a spool, like a spool of threadwood. They're sitting upright like you would put them on your sewing machine. And these ones right here are on their side. That's why I've got it braced. So they're pretty big. See if we can't pull some of this back. Hi chickens, what are you guys doing? Yeah, I like my skids. My chickens are over there. They're just playing around. Catching bugs. I'll try to pull this up for you. I don't know if I can. Oh, it's tied. I got it tied down. I'm sorry. I can't even show you. Anyways, they're going this way. Whereas these ones, go this way. There's something screeching out in my woods. Not sure if it's a squirrel or a chicken. Sounds like a squirrel. So anyways, we've got that. And over here on the very first pile, as you can see, we'll come around this way. I know it's hard to walk and I can't see anything right now. The sun's in my eyes even though I have sunglasses on. As you can see, that stuff's all split and that still has to be put away. We gotta let it dry. But yeah, so. And then there's just the back of the barn. But look how big those skids are. Those are going to be awesome. I'm going to try and get them in that little brown building right behind there. If I can get them in and get them on the ground, that'll be so much better, because the hay that sat on the ground when we had our winter melt, you know, spring runoff, it got a lot of that hay wet, so I've had to dig all that stuff out, and it has not been fun. And we'll go back over here to my little ugly frog pond. I had a few frogs this year, which was cool. I don't know if there's any frogs there now or not. Chickens have been pretty curious over here. I know somebody says, why don't you clean the water out of your pond? Because it's just a frog pond. It's just for frogs. They can get in and out when they want to. I don't see any frogs today. It is pretty hot though, so. But when I do clean this out, you'll see that it's actually a little slide that comes up here. And there's another little pond in here. It's all shady. You can't see it because of the raspberries, but yeah. It's a lot of fun. The water's down right now. Normally the water's right up over this center part. That's why the rock is there. Oh, there is a frog there. Look at that. On the back side of the rock. Can you see him? I don't like to point, but I can't even see my finger. Where's my finger? Zoom. I don't know. He's right in there somewhere. There he is. Little frog just chilling. Hi, frog. What you doing, frog? Fear me, I'm a frog. So anyways, my work's been pretty much cut out for me. The boys have been cutting it all up and splitting, but I have to stack it yet. So that's going to be fun. My shoulder is starting to feel better this year, but I still have to do... What are you doing over there? Oh, never mind. Chicken porn. Sorry about that. I couldn't tell what he was doing. He was all hunched up. I didn't see the other little chicken under him. But as you can see, that, yeah, those are 1,000-pound bales. I got 4 of them. And the gentleman only charged us $50 each. So that's more than enough hay for the chickens and the goat for all winter. And there's my little chickens and my roosters. My rooster, I should say, and my chicken. My little chicken. What are you guys doing out anyways? Little escape artist. So, we'll walk you back through. I know people are like, aren't you ever going to cut your grass? Well, I used to cut the grass all the time, but if you're looking down here, this is all raspberries, other than the flowers that are now past due. But you can see even way back past those little orange stones up there, you can still see raspberries on the bushes. I just can't reach them without my rubber boots because I have to stand in the pond. And the pond's only knee deep anyways. At its deepest point, it might go over my rubber boot, but that's about it. I kept it shallow. But all this here is all raspberries. So, once, like I say, we harvest it, Angelina loves these raspberry canes. Now, raspberries aren't as prickly as the blackberries, so that's cool. But everything else in the yard, like I'm saying, either has medicinal properties, if you're into that holistic stuff, you know. This is a cherry tree that keeps getting damaged. It gets damaged from the snow. As you can see, the snow has done all this denting to the tin. But I don't think this tree is going to last much longer. And Angelina can't chew it because there's cyanide in the bark and in the little pits. So that's definitely not good for her. But we'll come in there. I don't know if I'm even in frame because I can't see. I got a glare. Let's see. I don't know if you can see any of those. Try to go slow. Down in here. So most of the stuff, you can eat it. That's in the yard. You see all those raspberries? Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. So this whole shrub over here, I haven't even gotten to it yet. But I'll get those ones picked. They're just about done. The strawberries are done. The little clover here, the purple clover, you can eat that. The clover has the chevrons on the leaves. Let's see if I can't come on up. A lot of people don't know, but you can see there's like the little white chevron. Okay, these ones won't hurt you. These are good for the goats, good for people. I have a recipe. I'll try and find it. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's basically just pancake batter. But you can do dandelion heads and the clover, the red clover, pink clover, this kind of clover. You can dip those in the pancake batter and then deep fry them a little bit in your deep fryer. And oh, they're so delicious. Look at all those little raspberries in there right now. I don't know if you can see those. I'm getting a real glare. I'm trying to keep it pointed in so you can see. But there's lots there. Okay, so where are we now? Try not to spin you too hard. Okay, here's the camper. There's the wood. So now I'm just going to take you here. And I have to look down. So, sorry, my camera's down. I do that a lot. Just so I can see where I'm going. And I'm going to take the wood. And I'm going to stack it here. Like a wall. And just build a big block. And that is a live trap, but as you can see, it's just, it's empty. But I have another cat that's coming around, so this one doesn't have the trigger mechanism. So if you look down in there, I got a stick. You see that stick right in there? And it's tied to a string, and then I hang like a piece of chicken in there and tie it to it. So if it pulls the chicken, that'll pull the stick. And then the cat's safe, and we can take the cat into the shelter because I can't adopt any more of them. I'm up to 5. Well, this is where I had my fire before. That one night when the clothesline scared me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come all across here and just up the yard. And I'm just going to kind of box it in a little bit because nobody comes through this way. So this is just leftover space. And let it dry here. It gets sun all day. And then this is my view from at the back where I have my the smoking stove. I put that little wishing well there because a chicken had passed, and it was one of the old ones again. But I planted some nasturtiums or nasturtiums. I think that's what you call in there. I planted them in there, and you can't even tell, but all back in here is actually my little pet cemetery. A little cross in the back there. Needs to be cleared out. But we only clear it out in the fall. And then just let it grow all summer long. Now, I took a manure pile. And I started making a compost back here. And I threw out an old rotten chunk of pumpkin. And now look, I'm getting pumpkins growing in it. So that's pretty cool. All back here is all the berries I was talking about. So there's all kinds. And it's getting to that time now where we've got some coming up. Are these the raspberries or the blackberries? Those look like the little black. Yep, those ones are the blackberries. They're just not black yet. Here we go. So the berries I just showed you. If you don't know what a blackberry is. And these are so good. So today I'm going to harvest a bunch of these. I can't, I'm trying to do this through the screen, looking through the camera. But it's just basically a raspberry. It's just the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And these are so good. My worst problem is when I'm picking, I eat more than I actually put in the bag. So I came up with a little system. Excuse the thumb. Is I took a piece of binder twine on my Ziploc baggie and folded it over, and I turned it inside out. Now that'll slide over my wrist. Well, it's empty right now, so it's going to sit that way. But it stays open, so I can use two hands to pick, while one hand to pull back the thistles and the thorns, because blackberries are really unforgiving thistles. But they grow like that. And if you could only see I try to do this without getting myself. You can see they got some pretty serious thorns going on there. Not all of them. The raspberries aren't as bad. But the blackberries, you can see that's pretty aggressive thorn system going on in there. But I don't have my gloves on, so I can't really show you. So that's what I got to do. Is I decided to take a break and put some more wood in the woodshed. We're just walking through the yard. Got a whole bunch more over here. But take a break while it's cool. I don't know if I'll get to camp this week. I hope so. I haven't been out there since the wood came in. I've been, just curious what's been out there. But here we go. Look at that. Got a whole bunch more. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them because the sun's beating off this thing, off the screen. But, ouch. As you can see, it's picky, but they're all up there. So, the best way to keep the bears and stuff away from the house is to get rid of, I know you see that blue tarp. I'm trying to use that as a backdrop. But yeah, they're everywhere. So it's time to start cleaning them up. Angelina will only eat so many of them. She likes the leaves more than the berries. Sometimes she gets a berry, it's not ripe, so it's a little bit sour. She's not a big fan of sour. So that would be why I don't cut my grass. Because there's so much stuff out here that you can eat. Yarrow is good for tea. Oh, I wanted to show my friend. I asked him if he knew what pineapple weed was, and he didn't. And he's right into different plants that you can eat. But I don't even know if I have any that hasn't been cut down yet. So I'll just take a quick, oh, there's some. Okay. Now this is just a small one. But you see this plant? Okay. You usually find it on gravel roads and country roads, and looks like that. And you can see these ones are just little because ran over them with the lawnmower. But this here makes a really nice tea. Now, mind you, when you're going to use any wild plants, do your research first. And don't drink a lot of anything that you actually harvest. Because a lot of plants are high in, oxalic acid. Which the body can't have too much of that. A little bit's okay. I don't know. I can't pronounce it, oxalic. Somebody tell me how to say it in the comments. But these are your clover leaves. It's good for the goat. Daisy's there. That's a type of chamomile. And then you got little pink clover. This is plantain. This is what the top of it looks like. I gotta be careful because I got a yellow jacket nest underneath the boat. But this is plantain. This is the thin leaf one. Get in the sun so you can see that. This is good for wounds. If you got a cut or a blister, you can chew this up. It's kind of, it makes your tongue feel blech, but it won't hurt you. But you can mash it up if you don't want to chew it up. And you put that on your wound, open your wound a little bit, and then put that on it when it's all mashed up. And that'll help heal your wound really quick. There's this style, or Well, not this style, this variety. And then right here beside it, is that the thick leaf one? Where'd it go? There it is. And that's the broadleaf variety. But it does work. So if you get a cut, I wish I could get a shot of it better. I mean, you can see I have lots of it. But maybe we can find another patch of it. It's everywhere. So that's good. You can use that. We've got some wild mustard out here. The yarrow. The yarrow is that pretty little one with all the white flowers on it. Looking to see if there's any out here. This here's all strawberries too. Or not strawberries, excuse me, my bad. Raspberries. So we've got lots. There we go. There's some yarrow. This plant here is called yarrow. And you can tell by its little fern-like leaves. I don't know if I'm in the camera or not. But it's a peppery plant. Like it kind of tastes like pepper. Now you can just eat the leaves or make a tea out of the flowers. It's also been known to help with wounds as well. Raspberries, obviously, are good for you. But the raspberry leaves, if you take your raspberry leaves and you want to make, you can make a really flavorful tea if there are no berries. And what you do though, to make it more flavorful is bruise your leaves. If you're going to dry them, pinch them first and bruise them. And then that way when you go to steep them or simmer them for a few minutes, it releases more of the flavor. That's really good for you too. But again, like I say, do your own research and find out if, you know, you have any kind of allergies or anything like that. For anything, you always do your research before you try to harvest anything in the forest. Anything at all. And it's oxalic acid. There we go. I think I said it right that time. A lot of these different teas and that have that. A lot of these plants have that, and that's not good for you. I mean, a little bit's okay, but you can have too much of it, which just totally defeats all the health benefits because, you know, it's making you sick, right? But yeah, as you can see, they're everywhere. So we're going to take a walk down here a little bit further. I needed a break today. The kids are out, the goat and the chickens, and they're doing pretty good. It's a hot day, and I just didn't feel like slugging anymore. I'm still trying to tidy up in the house, which is twice as hot as it is outside. Oh, we've got some more blackberries. Yeah, you can find these, so you can find these everywhere. Now, blackberries like to stay fairly low to the ground. So, whereas some of these raspberries that I've been collecting are high up. But yeah. And this year I don't have the turkeys coming to rob me. There's another batch not quite ready. But all through here, I can see, just back in here, I can see all kinds. The sun's just hitting them. Sometimes different times of day is better for picking your berries, because then the sun hits them differently. But again, wear gloves. I've got real heavy jeans on, work boots, and a heavy canvas type button-up shirt, because these thorns will tear you up. So there's all kinds. But anyways, folks, that's all I got for you today. Nice beautiful oak tree right here. Oh, one day we'll have acorns on it, I think. But this is my yard. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this little nature walk. I'm going to try and get to camp this week and maybe have a cookout or something and see how it goes. It all depends. Chores take a long time. And once I start stacking that wood, that's just going to be crazy going on. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of bending and grunting and lifting, and I'm not really looking forward to doing that because that's going to take days. Check out the nice pine cones. See all them beautiful pine cones up there? So, I hope you have a beautiful week. And I think we shall probably see you later or tomorrow. And remember, go for a walk sometimes. And just sit, just be still. And just look at everything around you. It's just wonderful. Alright, God bless you. Y'all keep your moonshine on. Be good to one another, okay? I love you. So is Jesus. Alright, y'all take care now. Bye.